Hey y'all, this is Sistah Yaya here. Listen, too many of us are just living below our birthright, and this thing is been coming up about what we are entitled to and what we allow ourselves to accept and what we allow ourselves to come into and walk into. A lot of times, because of how we were raised, because of our conditioning, because of our mindset, school, education, religion, family, whatever you may have it, may say that, you're not worthy, you shouldn't have, you should just take a little bit, whatever the little bit is there, and just take that and don't ask for more, don't ask for better, better food, better housing, better clothing, better experiences, better relationship, just be grateful. And why I am a big fan of gratitude, I am a big fan of gratitude, but I'm not a fan of poverty. I'm not a fan of lack. I'm not a fan of just scraping by and the struggle. Now, life will naturally bring us struggles. Naturally, you ain't got to worry about it. It's going to come. These tests and trials will come to make us grow, to help us to be strong, to help us to know ourselves. But there is a part of this that we really have control over: our mindset, how we see ourselves, how we know ourselves, what we feel or know to be true about ourselves. And I want to encourage you, people of indigenous background, Black people, people of the land, I want to encourage you to step into your birthright. Another year is coming in a few months for some of you, and for us it's in the springtime. And I want to encourage you not to take the same stuff from this year into the next. And what I mean by that is not the physical stuff, the emotional stuff, the mental stuff, the mindset. I encourage you to take some time to sit down and really think about what is it that you want. Really think about, how do you want to live your life? How do you want to wake up and feel? People don't think about that. How do you want to feel every day? We've normalized being anxious. We've normalized depression. And listen, I suffered through anxiety and depression for over 20 something years. So it's no shade on anyone that's on this journey. And even moments I still have to put in extra work to keep myself well. That's just me. But there is something a bit more that I feel like our spirit guides are wanting us to tap into. A level of abundance, a level of power, a level of self-knowing that is available to us. But we have to prepare the way for ourselves to go that way. We have to prepare our hearts to receive that which is coming. We have to work on our self-worth, knowing that we are worthy. We have to work on the idea of abundance, not just in money, but abundance in experiences, abundance in emotions of joy, of love, of peace, of goodness. If we find ourselves not being able to tap into that somewhere, we need to just look around in our environment, the people we're talking to, the things that we are listening to, the things that we're taking in through our eyes, our ears, our consciousness, and see what is feeding that parasite. What is feeding that parasite of, I'm not worthy, there isn't enough. Because think about the universe. Think about air. There's abundance of air. There's abundance of water, of land. We've been told that there's only so much of this, or there's limitations here and limitations there. And sometimes we believe it. And so when we believe those things, guess what? It becomes true. They know it. Those entities know it. So that's why they got the 6 o'clock news, the 5 o'clock news, the 4 o'clock news, the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, all the evening time, a whole bunch of negativity. What's not working? The crime, the this, the budget, the carbon footprint, the hot, whatever, the sun, whatever. To do what? Put you in fear. And you know what fear does? It weakens you. It weakens your emotional immune system, your spiritual immune system, your physical immune system. You have to be very mindful. This is why I talk about spiritual hygiene. This is why I talk about doing those practices that keep you strong. Now, this has to be prioritized. And I'm no BS when it comes to spiritual hygiene. If you ever work with me, the first thing I want to ask you, what is your spiritual hygiene? How are you filtering out the BS that you pick up every day? How are you cleaning that out? How are you setting your intention? How are you taking control? And how are you taking domination of your energy of the day? It doesn't matter what's going on at the job. It's about your internal environment. It's about your internal immune system. It's taking control and power. Once you start to master yourself and your mindset, and it takes time. And sometimes you need help. This is why we have our retreats, the Indigenous Medicine Women Retreat. This is why we have our our forthcoming membership. This is why we have my classes, my consultations, and not just me, there's other healers that can help you as well, where you have people who are on this journey or maybe a little bit further that can give you some guidance, because right now the priority has to be you. The children, the husband, the wife, the partner, spouse, whatever you got going on will take care of itself when you attend to you. Now, I'm telling you, this is how it works. It's always inside out, not outside in. Sometimes the hardest thing for us to do is to go inside. I get it. But you are worth it. And if you want that abundance, if you want that grace, and you want that prosperity, and you want that money, and that spouse, and that relationship, and that vacation life, you got to go inside. Get inside, baby, because it ain't coming nowhere else. And some of you know my story. You know, I shared 3 years ago, we had the hurricane happen in New Orleans, and we lost car, house, business, my mind. And it's okay to lose your mind, because sometimes you need to get rid of this old one to get a new one. So that's not a judgment. A lot of times it's good. But what I had to learn is that I needed to shed the layers of me that no longer serve me. Was it painful? Absolutely. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Because you got to choose your heart. To me, it's hard to live in poverty. It's hard to live in lack. It's hard to live depressed and anxious. So my choice was to choose that hard, or the hard of just working on myself. Hard and just believing in myself and moving forward. This is life. There's no easy way through it. The only way through it is to go through it. But you always have a choice. So I encourage you to bet on yourself, to invest in yourself. Yes, it costs money to get herbs. Yes, it costs something to sit down and to study about yourself, study your culture, your background, to take classes, to go on retreats. I mean, I do this now. I invest in myself every month, and I do something every week, and then everything quarterly. Why? Because I give so much, I do so much, I must replenish myself. And yes, it costs money. It costs lots of money. But what else am I going to do with myself? What else am I going to do with it? Put my money elsewhere where it don't serve me? No, it must serve me. So I encourage you, find a way to invest in yourself, whatever it is that you're needing. Again, we have retreats here. I do consultations. You want to do a one-on-one retreat, you can come one-on-one. I will work with you, work through these challenges using a little plant medicine, therapy, ancestral healing. It's a whole thing we got here, y'all. Soul Tribe Heals. And I want to invite you to take advantage of the medicina that's available to you. Let's not talk about what you ain't got to make it happen. Make it happen. The old folks used to say, where there's a will, there's a what? There's a way. Make a way. Make a way for you, because you're worthy. No more struggle. Come off of the struggle bus. Come off of the struggle bus. And let's get this live. I want some of y'all to come and be able to be on the beach with me and have fun and eat some good fried fish and be in the sun and just listen to some music and have a good time. I'm here to do it, y'all. And I want you to come with me. Will you join me? I love you. This is Sistah Yaya of Soul Tribe Heals. Reminding you, because you already know, to live your life in love, grace, and ease. I'm signing off. Visit me online or hit me up on the social media if you want to come check us out. Love you. Bye-bye.